Mm. No, no, no. Mm. No, no, no. Yo, it's your boy Mambo with the Big Dog Command Room. How y'all doing? In the building, man. You know, and as you're watching this video, I am now freshly 30 years old. I'm 3 days into being 30 years old. Time is flying already. But I feel good, man. Feeling good, feeling fresh. Still a little tired, like, you know what I'm saying, as usual. Ain't nothing new, like, you know what I'm saying. I seen a guy with a shirt that said permanently tired, and I think I need to buy a shirt like that. But anyways, this is the week 4 reflection about the Philadelphia Eagles loss that we had up the midway, or wherever the highway, up 95, wherever we go, you know what I'm saying. City of brotherly hugs. We was up there and we took a L. First and foremost, all glory to God to see another year of life and just give me the strength to make it through all these days. I hope they strengthening y'all, you know, stay encouraged. It will get better. Stuff doesn't last always. Trouble don't last always. I'm trying not to sing right now, but yeah, I might break out in song later. Anyways, second thing is like, comment, subscribe. Help me get to these 50 subscribers. I'm 4 subscribers away. So you know what that means. The last time you heard this, it was 46 subscribers. So now, I mean, the last time you heard me, it was 45 subscribers. So I'm at 46. So you know what that means. That means I got a new subscriber. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to take the time real quick to shout out my boy, Deveron James. I'm sorry if I killed your name, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know if you give me like an enunciation or whatever. But we gonna get it right next time. You know what I'm saying. I just want to thank you, and to all those people who are watching. Help me get to 47, 48, 49, 50. I'm so close. 4. Come on, let's get there. Like, you know what I'm saying. And then we get to the next goal. Trying to get to 250 by the end of the season. And I believe it's extremely possible. As many as the Washington Redskins, the Commanders, Washington football team fans out there, y'all know y'all can show some love. So let's get into this. I got some bold statements, man, that I'm going to make. Well, really just one. But it's still a bold statement. But first, I just want to start off with, I kind of feel like I guess this is a bold statement too. Kind of going off of what I think is the main reason why we lost. And of course we can clearly target, but let me do it in a way where it's like, I want y'all to understand that I'm not coming for this person. But he is the matchup that was the reason why we lost. And of course, if you're wondering, trying to figure it out, is Emmanuel Forbes. Now, I love Emmanuel Forbes. I'm happy that we got him. Like, you know what I'm saying, we couldn't get Devin Witherspoon. I wanted Christian Gonzalez, but I was like, you know, Emmanuel Forbes is a cool dude too. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't mad at the pick. You know, but you know, he like didn't have it. This probably was his worst game so far as coverage and like, you know, actually guarding a number 1 receiver, and it needs work. And by any means, I'm like, cause I'm gonna go with everybody. There's a lot of players that I like love on this team, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna like criticize them or go at them, like, you know what I'm saying. And I'm not trying to go at him like in a sense where it's like he sucks or whatever. I'm just saying he was one of the main reasons why we lost, because it's like our defense, our front seven is kind of holding up. We're holding the team to 100 100 yards rushing until overtime. Like, you know what I'm saying? We hold DeAndre Swift, which he's a great back. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's the same back that, like, you know, fell on his butt in Detroit and caught the ball, fell on his butt, got up and proceeded to run into the end zone and dodged 20 million, like, you know, Washington Washington Commanders, like, to go into the end zone. And you can only have 11 players on the field, so for him to dodge 20 million, he's a pretty nice player. Let me stop. I'm being very facetious. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Like, this is the same dude. So wouldn't you expect much of the same? Because he's been killing it all year. So we should expect that. But you know, we shut him down. He only had 50-something yards. Of course, some of those other yards came from Jalen Hurts, like, you know, escaping the pocket, and, like, you know, a couple other players. I think Kenneth Gainwell, I want to say. It is what it is. So our front seven did his job, basically, like, because that's what the front seven is really supposed to do. Outside of the sacks, you know, like, holding the team from killing us on the ground, like, you know, that's one of their jobs. You know, then who else is next? What's next? The passing game, the back end. Our secondary has not been living up to what we want it to be. Yes, like Jonathan Allen and different players have been saying, oh, like, you know, this is the best secondary we play with, which I don't disagree with. You know what I'm saying? But still, at the same time, we're letting up so many explosive plays. We're letting up so many things where it's like, it's also not helping us win. Like, we have to score 40 points, 30 high 30s, and 40 points to be able to win these games. You know what I'm saying? And that's not sustainable, you know, because everything has to go right with this. So, I'm saying that to get to this point where it's like, I don't completely blame Emmanuel Forbes. I'm more so blaming Jack Del Rio and the secondary coaches and everybody for not, like, you know, putting him in the best position to win. I would like to see his matchup against Devontae Smith, like him just following Devontae Smith around, you know, whether it be on the inside, outside, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I would like to see Benjamin St-Juste, although he is a little bit slower than Emmanuel Forbes, and A.J. Brown is probably faster than Benjamin St-Juste. It was a better matchup. The first time they played, outside of a few plays, you know, Benjamin St-Juste shut this dude down. And he did the same thing in the second game too. And us knowing that, it's not illegal. It's not out of the norm. It's not like, you know, against the NFL rules, or we won't get fined for switching personnel for a specific game plan. And I get you just get 1 week to plan for a team, but it's not hard to put Benjamin St-Juste on the outside because he's a natural outside corner. That's what he came into the league doing, and that's what he should have been doing in this game. And even then, if you want to say, oh, Emmanuel Forbes hadn't got that experience, that's not true, because he was doing it in training camp because they wanted him to be prepared to be able to play inside and outside. So if we're doing that, why the heck did you do that? Why are you just doing stuff to do it? If you wanted to do that and make sure and be prepared, then switch it up. And I get it. You want to show that you have confidence in your number one first round pick. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you had that. If that's the case, then why aren't you doing the same thing that you didn't do? Well, they are. I'm getting ahead of myself. But why are you just like, okay, yeah? Why are you going, like, allowing him to stay in that position just for the sake of, like, showing that you believe in him? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to just, like, you know, protect his ego or his confidence and stuff like that, which is important, protecting his confidence. But there's another thing to be like, okay, this is not working, we should switch this. and like, you know, look, like, in order for us to win the game, you know what I'm saying? Him losing like those matchups at the end of the game were critical to us, like, not scoring and stuff. I'm like, you know, and granted, like, you know, yeah, even with Sam Howell, he's like, yeah, I could have threw that ball out, you know, sooner with the catch on the sideline with Terry stepping on the arm and out of bounds. That's cool, you know what I'm saying? There was a couple plays where I think Airbnb should have called something different, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's neither here nor there. All I'm saying is that, like, you know, we just had to do better with that those matchups, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think we could have been done way better. Like, those explosives, all those explosives, we take those explosives away. They're not doing nothing on us, like, you know what I'm saying? Not as much as we were doing to them, you know? And I just would have liked to see that. And I know I talked about that in the post game, but that's what I would expect to see. You know what I'm saying? I feel like our defense should change every week, just like our offense makes a different game plan for every week. We've seen a different type of style of play from our offense every week. You know what I'm saying? We've seen a lot of a screen game. We've seen a lot of long passes that didn't really work because of our offensive line. Then we see short game and runs, like, you know what I'm saying, and each week, like, it's something different. And then our defense is just from the 1980s. It's like, nah, it's from 2001, and like, we're wondering why we're not getting the success that we expected. So it's a lot of work to be desired and done. Now, don't get me wrong, I really loved seeing Emmanuel Forbes in A.J. Brown's face and talking jump. And that's that. I love his passion. I love how upset he was when, like, he lost the thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hate that they show so much of him, like, on the screen and stuff like that, but that's good for TV. That's good for the game. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to see that happen and then him actually win the matchup. You know what I'm saying? Instead of him, you know, being drawn in his face, poking the bear, and then the bear is just like, okay, let's watch this, like, you know what I'm saying, and getting picked on, you know what I'm saying? So that's that, you know what I'm saying? And it feels like, you know, like, everybody's been talking about how boneheaded it was for Nick Sirianni to score so quickly in the fourth quarter, like, it's like a minute something left, like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, you know, just trying to take the jugular out, like, take the air out of the game, which is fair. But I also think it was, like, kind of a shot, like, him and A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts was just like, man, he been talking to jump, let's go ahead and, like, you know, like, take him out and stuff like that. It was a shot at him too, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we not going out like that. I mean, we wasn't ready, you know what I'm saying? And I was saying it in the context of, like, not thinking that our offense would change that much, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I'm still learning to trust Airbnb. You know, I don't have a problem with Sam Howell. I'm still learning to trust Airbnb and what they're trying to do offensively, because there's no telling, even against Chicago or the next teams, that they're going to just kind of revert back to some kind of poor game plan, like, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. But now we have to learn, well, now we have to focus on the defense, like, you know, making changes and getting better. And it's like, we always, like, I was watching John Kahn in his report, like, you know, talking to I think Brown Weinstein and them, like, just talking about how long it takes for them to actually, like, you know, get better in their get better at their get better in the season, like, you know, toward the end of the season. So we have to take the time to just be patient with them, but you have to take the time to be patient with them, man, and you know, understand that they need to get better. But that's why I was saying we weren't ready yet. Even though everybody's like, oh, you should have won, like, you know, or we were going to win or whatever. Yes, I love the mentality that we're thinking that, but we weren't ready. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a simple thing about it, you know. So that is that, you know. I could talk about a lot more and dive into this, but I don't really feel like making this a 30-minute video. I mean, it's gonna be close to 30 minutes, but I don't want to make it like 30 plus. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Now, time for the bomb dropping phrase or statement that I'm going to make. We are better than the Eagles. That's one statement. The other statement is we're probably the best team in the NFC East. Now that one's really bold, but now that I just said we're better than the Eagles, if we're better than the Eagles, then we by default, like, we're better than every team in the East. And here's why. The Giants, I feel like I thought they were well coached. I'm not really sure what's going on in the Meadowlands right now. But, like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of stuff needs to be done. But they've done so many big moves. It's almost like how we used to make big splashes in the free agency and it didn't pan out. Like, you getting one of the best tight ends in the league and we're not hearing much from him. You getting like a former first round pick in Isaiah Simmons, and he's making penalties and doing stuff like bonehead stuff. I haven't heard much from Kayvon Thibodeau. Your offensive line is bad. It's just like y'all did more with nothing last year than y'all doing this year. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry to all the Giants fans out there, mainly my boy Khalil. This is just me just looking from the outside looking in. I don't follow your team. Just saying. So that's the Giants. The Cowboys. Y'all the Cowboys. The best, worst team ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not even apologizing to all the Cowboys fans out there because you're delusional as hell. Just thinking that you're gonna go to the Super Bowl, and it's like there are other teams that are way better than y'all, especially in the AFC. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not in the NFC, but in the AFC, you're not beating none of them. You know what I'm saying? And they never play anybody. Y'all never play anybody that's like, oh man, I can't believe they just beat them. And if y'all do, it's like just random as a mug that y'all just decided to just like beat this team by like 40 points or whatever. Not talking about the Giants, but I'm just saying, like, I had this one random win, and then everybody's like, oh, look at the Cowboys, and it's like, then y'all go to the playoffs and do something dumb. So that's that. The main thing that y'all calling card is just y'all defense. Like, you know, y'all front seven mainly. That secondary is still a little suspect, especially now that Trayvon Diggs is injured. And even Trayvon Diggs, like when he was not injured, I don't think he was like the best cornerback in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? He gets burnt a lot, especially even by Terry. And like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like he just had that 1 year where he had all those picks where it's like sometimes it's just you just got that vibe, you know. And it gets in people's mental. Quarterbacks they worry about that. Quarterbacks be looking at which corner like is there. You know what I'm saying? That gets into people's heads. And you know, you got this vibe. It's your year. You get those picks, and now you have a name for yourself. There's a lot of players that got a lot of interceptions like 1 year, and then you don't hear them from them again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Does anybody know where Tracy Porter is? You know, I mean, I know he probably been out the league, but I'm just saying, like, he got that pick for the Saints in the Super Bowl, and then ended up leaving, getting the contract. I think he went to the Broncos, I think, if I'm not mistaken, but where has he been? Anyways, that's your calling card, the defense. The offense, which I got Brandon Cooks. Haven't really heard much from him. Dak Prescott is really y'all Achilles heel. Like, y'all will feast or famine with him. You know, he plays just good enough to keep y'all in games, but he can also destroy your game if he just does one bonehead thing, i.e. week 17 against us. Like, you know, this man literally threw the same play and threw it to the same person till he got a pick six. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. What can I say? I don't see. I mean, I like what's his name? What is his name? Bro. Who is y'all? I want to say Jerry Jeudy so bad, but it's the Broncos. What is his name, bro? CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb. I just he's okay. He is a really good receiver, but I just don't really believe in that offense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even with Mark McCarthy, I think he was a decent play caller with the Packers, but I don't believe in that team, right? Like the offense, you know what I'm saying? I believe in defense, not your offense. And y'all gonna go as far as y'all can with that offense, you know what I'm saying? Because they have to score points. So that's that. Then we get to the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? And I think I talked about this in the pregame. But it's like the main thing is, like, y'all got a whole new team. Y'all not the same team from last year. I used to talk to my homie. Shout out to my boy PK. He's an Eagles fan. You know, however that goes, like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I was telling him at the time, I was like, yo, y'all are the best team in the NFC. Like, nobody's touching y'all. Like, the only team that could really beat y'all was us. Like, you know, and we did beat y'all. But that was last year. And our team was stacked. Like, the roster was probably the most complete roster in the NFC. Like, you know, and nobody was touching y'all. But then, you know, you have to pay so many people. You got to pay Jalen Hurts this big contract. And then you got to pay people to stay. So many people left. Miles Sanders is gone. C.J. Gardner-Johnson is gone. James Bradbury almost left. I think Darius Slay almost left too. I don't know. Y'all lost your linebackers. Kazir White is gone. Who was the other one? I think Alex Singleton. Yeah, I don't know if y'all still got Alex Singleton. I think y'all might. The secondary, a lot of your secondary people is either injured now. So yeah, Jalen Hurts is good. You know what I'm saying? It was a good addition to bring DeAndre Swift in. But your main dude is A.J. Brown. Like, literally, you look at the stat sheet, A.J. Brown had 175 yards, and Devontae Smith had like that 75 yards, I believe. And that was just really off one catch, like, you know what I'm saying? Everything else was like very slight. And then the next receiver was Dallas Goedert. Like, don't really have that many other dudes. They got the Zacchaeus Alamadas or something, you know what I'm saying? I don't know where he came from. Then, I think y'all still got Quez Watkins. I don't know if y'all just got tired of him either, but it's really, you know, the team is very standard. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, y'all are a very good team in the NFC. You know what I'm saying? It's not many teams that can like really just like go toe to toe with y'all, but we're one of those that can. You know what I'm saying? We could have beat y'all twice last year, even though y'all really smacked us that first game, but we lost by 8. We came back on you, and then we beat y'all, and we only lost by 3 this time around. We definitely play with match up with y'all well, and I think we really have a stacked team against y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stacked team in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? Our weak points, of course, are our offensive line, our secondary, and our linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Of course, those are our weak points. But if those like are the only like things, because every team has its weaknesses and stuff like that. But those are the only things that are bad on our team. And we're still playing well. We're still going toe to toe, and really not really losing. Like really, like we talked about, we held the Bills to 16 until the fourth quarter, and we were moving the ball on them. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing if we weren't moving the ball on them when we held them to 16. Like, you know what I'm saying? Which would be impressive still. Which I mean, basically. No, it really would be impressive actually, because it's like if we weren't moving the ball, then they would probably still have better field position, and if our defense could hold them to 16 doing that, that's amazing. But we were moving the ball, we just couldn't score in the red zone, and you know what I'm saying, they eventually pulled away from us. But you know, it's still, I feel like even now we have the experience to see the difference between, you know, like a regular team that's going to go to playoffs and a championship, like, you know, AFC championship type or Super Bowl championship type team. You know, I think we could, if we played them again, we probably would match up way better because we was moving the ball. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, we just had to have a better game plan and stuff like that. None of the teams that we played we had true trouble, like, you know, moving the ball. You know what I'm saying? Except for Arizona, like probably at the beginning of the year. Like, you know, there was a couple drives that stalled out, but like we've been moving the ball well, and our defense is playing decent. You know what I'm saying? But when they finally get it to click and stuff like that, and ball out like they're supposed to, then we can be pretty dangerous. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, just comparatively, you know what I'm saying, I feel like we're the best team in our conference. Like, I think we're better than the Eagles. Like, you know what I'm saying? As crazy as it sounds. But we can't, the thing is, we can't live on last year. Like, everybody's still thinking about last year. He just went to the Super Bowl. It was undefeated. That's last year. Yes, they're undefeated now, but it's 4 games. You know what I'm saying? And they're probably, I'm not even, without even looking at their schedule, they're probably not going to play nobody that's really going to be like a threat to them. So they're going to go undefeated again until we see them again, and then we're probably going to break their streak again. You know what I'm saying? And again, and vice versa for us, we're not playing no teams like the Bills again. We're not playing the Eagles until later on. Like, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get our wins, we're gonna get our dubs. Like, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna see each other at the end of the year. So it is what it is, man. But I'm encouraged by it. But like I said, I didn't think we were ready. We're almost there. You know what I'm saying? We're almost there. It's just got to tighten up a few things, man. And then we'll be right on target. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully everything works out, bro. You know, but that's pretty much it, man. You know what we do for these reflections, bro? We talk about it, we think about it, laugh, cry, all that. You know what I'm saying? And then we throw it in the trash. So let me get my trash can. Then we gonna get this out. You know what I'm saying? It's a strong. So, like I said, we didn't lose a draw. We think about this thing, we reflect on it. You know what I'm saying? And I think we did pretty good, but we didn't get what we needed to be. And that's okay. So we just gonna ball it up. Then we're gonna throw it in the trash. You know? And then we move on to next week. Actually, not even next week, next day. Next day is shipping. Next day air. 24 hours. Not even 24 hours. Less than that. Like, my math is terrible. 20 hours. 19, 20 hours. You know what I'm saying? We be playing. yeah, man, that's that. You know what I'm saying? Onward to the next week. This is technically week 5. Um, yeah. So, yeah, man. Um, that's pretty much it. Y'all like, comment, subscribe to your boy. Help me get to 47, 48, 49, 50 subscribers. Man, until next time, it's your boy Mambo. And peace, love, and hair grease.